Today I'm gonna set you up with a quick 30-minute protein-packed spaghetti, pesto, and shrimp recipe. All the ingredients are linked down below. Let's get started. So first things first, I'm gonna gather all the spinach leaves that I've washed, basil leaves that I've washed, put it all in my blender. I have removed the stem from the basil. And I'll just chop it, process it until it kind of looks like this, just finely chopped. The reason why I do that is for a picture like the kind I have, there's a lot of gap underneath the blade. And for things like pesto, if I'm not making a crazy big batch, there just isn't stuff to let the blades do their job. So to make it easy to not use too much oil or not have to add water just to get those blades to move, because I don't have one of those small spice or coffee grinders, it's just better to process the leaves like this, transfer it into a mortar and pestle, and do the rest. So that's what I did. I transferred the minced leaves to a mortar and pestle with a nice generous pinch of salt, the peanuts, and the garlic. If you really want, you can roast the peanuts a bit before you add it in here. It'll add a bit more flavor. And then just start pounding away, going away at it until the peanuts and the garlic are minced well. You'll notice I haven't added the oil yet. Once I'm happy with the consistency of the peanuts, when they've been crushed enough, the garlic has been crushed enough, and you have like a paste kind of like this, then you start drizzling in the oil. That's gonna add some moistness to help kind of make that pesto pastiness that you are familiar with. Just add in more oil as needed. Start with about half of what I recommend here. And I'm pretty happy with how this is looking right now. Add in your Parmesan and make sure that you fold it in. There's no need to pound the cheese. You just have to incorporate it with this mixture. And at this point, you want to make sure that you taste it. Add more olive oil if needed to loosen it up. But that won't matter because we're going to add the pasta water when you make the actual dish to loosen the pesto in the dish itself rather than adding extra oil. Now for the pasta itself, it's standard order. You want a boiling pot of water. Once it's boiling, add a generous portion of salt. Add your spaghetti, let one end get soft before you twirl it in, close the lid, and then cook it just on the hotter side of al dente. It's because we're going to incorporate that with the shrimp later on. There'll be some pasta water we're going to reserve, and it will become al dente rather than getting overcooked by the time the dish is finished. Keep that in mind while you defrost the shrimp under cold running water. It takes only a couple of minutes, and then just pat that all dry. And I told you it's simple because now all you gotta do is heat up a non-stick pan, a medium heat, melt some butter, and then add in your garlic powder and chili flakes. You want to let that become fragrant, cook it out for a minute or two, and then add in all your shrimp. Season it with salt and pepper, and then toss it all well to combine with the spices. Now we're going to keep cooking this until the shrimps start to turn opaque. You don't want to completely cook it at this point because we're going to be adding the spaghetti now, which is just on the hotter side of al dente. The shrimps are just turning white and they are looking pretty good right now. Start tossing it all together, about 1 to 2 tablespoons of the pesto. Now I can't tell you how much pesto to use in the recipe because I might like my pasta with lesser pesto than you. So add a spoonful or two, mix, taste, and then adjust with more as you want. Now at this point, the pasta water that we reserved will come in handy. If you find that the dish, the pasta is too tight, loosen it up by adding in a splash of that reserved water. The starch in there will really help to make a nice thick creamy kind of consistency while getting the right consistency for the actual dish itself. And now what you have to do is plate it all up because it's time to shave our Parmesan cheese. So grab a vegetable peeler, shave it all up, plate it up nicely, clean the sides, and you're now ready to enjoy this meal. And if you enjoy this meal, you will like my shrimp bacon fettuccine Alfredo dish, which I'm linking right somewhere around here. Check it out, enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one.